The click of champagne glasses sharpens the silence, and beneath their laughter lies a heavy truth I can't ignore. My mother's confession hangs in the tension. My name is Sarah. I'm 42, and until today, I believed my family was built on honesty. The room is filled with family, a table sprawling with the remnants of a lavish feast, steaming dishes, glistening silverware, and floral arrangements that were supposed to symbolize the joy of reunion. Yet now, they only serve as a harsh reminder of the ugliness cloaked beneath the surface. A distant cousin raises her glass, sharing a fleeting story about my mother's younger days. "Your mom was always the life of the party," she chirps, her laughter ringing hollow in my ears, dulled by the storm brewing within me. My gaze locks onto my mother, Rose. She sits regally, her smile bright, but her eyes betraying a flicker of fear. I see her catch a glimpse of me. There's a fleeting moment where our eyes meet, rich with unspoken words, layered with shame, guilt, and dread. I can't shake the feeling that she's hiding a truth so monumental that it threatens to unravel the fabric of our family. As the toast continues around the table, I'm lost in reflection. There's a notable emptiness gripping my chest, each laughter echoing like a mocking chime. I am frozen, trapped under the weight of her secret that feels poised to shred our family apart. My mind flashes back to countless nights spent listening to her confessions, her heartfelt flutters of loneliness masked by warnings of the outside world's cruelty. Each time she would slide closer to me, her voice low, I would convince myself that I was the anchor she needed, believing our bond could withstand any storm. But this is no mere storm. This is a tempest that has brewed beyond the horizon, ready to deluge our lives. I can almost hear the winds howling at the walls of our home, bidding for their demise. "Sarah, are you okay?" My aunt's voice cuts through my reverie, pulling me back into the suffocating air. I force a smile, suppressing the tremors of disbelief and despair that ripple in my veins. "Just a bit tired," I reply, knowing all too well that the aches I feel run deeper than mere fatigue. It's the small moments that ripple through me, the flick of my mother's wrist as she gestures for another drink, the slight arch of her brow as she brushes off hushed conversations. I sense her desperation to maintain control, the facade of a perfect family she has spent years perfecting. I dive deeper into the well of nostalgia, dragging forth recollections of warmth and neglect interwoven like a tapestry. Late-night whispers, her head resting on my shoulder as I handed her a glass of wine, promised that everything would be all right if we just pushed through together. Yet, as I gaze upon her, that promise seems a fragile lie, swept away in a gust of treachery. I reminisce over all the sacrifices I've made to maintain this delicate balance. The art career I deferred to help hem our family's seams under the weight of my mother's emotional struggles. How often I played the confidant when I felt more like a jigsaw piece forced into a puzzle with no clear picture. Each night closed with a whisper of discontent left hanging between us, where once I wished for support and validation. Instead, silent resentment simmered beneath our shared walls, and every passing event seemed laced with a deeper token of her hidden truths. As the revelry continues, a sudden chill sweeps through the room, and I feel it coiling around my throat. A visceral reminder that something is terribly amiss. The laughter around me fades as I replay my mother's words. "We must learn to bend with the winds." But what if I've been bending too long? What if trust, once a warm embrace, is a fraying thread ready to snap? The room shifts, the guests around me fading into obscurity, their mirth hanging heavy in the air. Trust is fragile, and once shattered, it reveals the truths we never wanted to see. Keeps repeating in my mind, louder than the clinking of glasses. The champagne spills, the laughter swells, and yet I feel the weight of the truth crashing down like an avalanche. The trust I held close, tucked beneath the layers of family loyalty, is gone. I scan the faces of my family, lingering on my mother's careful cultivation of joy, and feel my heart storming with a tumult of emotions. Every laugh feels like a cocoon wrapping around a rawness I can no longer contain. My need for honesty, for accountability, hangs over the table like a storm cloud. But when I stride to confront it, the path is engulfed by shame and unknowing. In that moment, standing amidst the facade of familial bliss, I understand that today marks the fracture, the moment when love is forever entwined with betrayal. Amidst their laughter, I swallow the bitterness brewing inside me. I am both a witness and a victim in this charade, where each sip of champagne is a reminder of how fragile our bonds truly are. As I hold on to the shrinking string of trust, my heart aches from the truth that now lingers at the forefront of our family. I must tread carefully. The winds of change are coming, and I feel them whispering my name. In the days after that suffocating family gathering, silence fills the house like a heavy fog. I retreat to my small art studio, a refuge adorned with half-finished canvases and a rainbow of paints. The vibrant colors that once inspired me now seem muted, reflecting my spirit, trapped under the weight of betrayal and shame. I close my eyes, breathing in the familiar scent of turpentine, but the smell is tainted by the fog of my mother's secrets. Flashbacks rush to the surface, painting a vivid picture of my childhood, wrapped in the warmth of my mother's laughter. I remember sitting cross-legged on the floor, coloring books sprawled about, my mother beaming at my creativity. Her joy was infectious, her laughter echoing in our home, but it began to fade over the years, replaced by a relentless pursuit of perfection. I was once her sunshine, but over time, it felt as though I had become a shadow, an enigma she couldn't quite behold. I've spent countless nights comforting her, her head resting on my shoulder as she poured out her heart, momentarily unshackling the burdens she carried. Each confession echoed my own fears of never meeting expectations, yet those intimate exchanges, saturated with emotion, left me feeling invisible. My sacrifices to maintain her happiness became a convoluted transaction. All my hopes evaporated, and I was left balancing on the delicate edge between daughter and confidant. Returning to the present, I feel a pang of grief trapped within me. The countless times I prioritized her over myself, deferring dreams of art therapy and meaningful connections, are now suffocating reminders of an identity lost. I'm torn between the lingering love I have for her and the growing resentment for the weight I was never meant to bear alone. I venture outside, the sun warming my face, trying to detach myself from the stifling air of our home. Nature beckons with vibrant colors, a stark contrast to my inner turmoil. I recall the laughter from that fateful reunion, how it now feels like a cruel joke set against the backdrop of vibrant floral arrangements meant to symbolize joy. I shake my head. I need clarity amidst the chaos. I step back into my studio, returning to my safe haven of forgotten dreams and scattered hopes. As I reach for my brushes, a thought strikes me. An unsettling memory I've buried resurfaces, a hidden box in my mother's closet. Even now, it feels like a Pandora's box of buried truths. I grip my paintbrush tightly, feeling determination rise within me. Curiosity and dread intertwine as I head towards my mother's room, where secrets wait cloaked in darkness. The air inside feels heavy, thick with the ghosts of her past. I can almost hear the whisper of unspoken words. With a hesitant motion, I slide open her closet door, pushing aside garments that have long forgotten the light. There it is, the box cloaked in dust, almost daring me to unveil its mysteries. My fingers tremble as I pry it open, unleashing a wave of stale air mingled with the scent of paper. Inside lay stacks of letters bound by twine, delicate and yellowed with age. As I sift through them, the words pierce my heart, enveloping me in a chilling narrative of longing and betrayal. "I can't keep pretending," one letter reads. "I need to find joy outside the roles they've chosen for me." Each letter opens a door to a world I never knew my mother inhabited, one filled with regret and longing. My heart races as I comb through the notes, a steady resolve growing within me. The narrative paints an image of a woman desperate for freedom, yet her choices set in motion a series of deceptions that would have lasting effects on our family. She was seeking love, but at what cost? I whispered to myself, feeling a storm gather in my chest. This weighty realization sharpens my determination. The pain transitions from confusion to clarity. I must prepare for a confrontation. I'm no longer the silent daughter. This cycle of deception cannot be allowed to continue. My heart races as I close the box, stepping out from the shadows of my mother's tangled web into the light of my own truth. I gather the letters, the evidence of a life lived in shadows. The resolve builds within me like a vibrant canvas waiting to be filled. With each detail I uncover, I feel the chains of silence loosening, the burden of ignorance finally lifting. No more will I bend under the weight of her secrets. I will face this deception head on. Emboldened, I step outside, the warmth of the sun urging me forward, igniting my path to reclaim my voice. My mother's truths will no longer remain hidden, and now, neither will my power. Tomorrow I will begin my quest for clarity and confrontation. I refuse to be a victim in this twisted familial tapestry any longer. Shall we move on to Block 3, The Secret Discovery? Morning light spills into my studio, illuminating the chaos of my creative space, a stark contrast to the disarray swirling in my mind. I sit at the center of the storm, the letters sprawled across my table, remnants of my mother's hidden life. I trace the faded ink with trembling fingers, each word acting as a gateway to her unspoken truths. Today, I will wield this knowledge like a weapon, ready to cut through the lies that have pooled like stagnant water around me. The thought of confrontation hangs like a specter over my heart. What will I say? I wonder, the question echoing back to me in the stillness. The answer remains elusive, a puzzle I'll need to piece together. Swallowing my anxiety, I take a deep breath, focusing on clarity rather than despair. I will expose this family's truth. It's time to unearth the roots of our own betrayal. With a flick of my wrist, I grab my sketchbook, and an aching need for clarity compels me to work. As I sketch, the charcoal flows, capturing my emotions, the tumult, the confusion, and the flickers of determination that dance in my heart. The lines morph into shapes, spiraling like the thoughts churned in my mind, each stroke a manifestation of my resolve to confront my mother. But something tugs at me, a name lurking just beneath the surface of the letters. Clara. With a jolt, I recall fleeting mentions of Clara, my mother's childhood friend who had once visited us, sowing dreams and laughter. Unbeknownst to me, their bond had deepened into something far more significant, and I missed the warning signs right under my nose. My mother's words, reflective yet veiled, danced back into consciousness. She had spoken about Clara's carefree approach to life, fascinating yet almost resentful in its careless abandon. Clara can afford to chase happiness unlike us, she'd said more than once, creating an unsettling knot in my chest. Determined, I begin piecing the fragments together, connecting the invisible threads that bind my mother and Clara. A growing suspicion gnaws at me. Could Clara be a key? I leap from my seat, instinct guiding me as I rush to the bookshelf where old family albums rest like tombs of precious memories. I pry the leather-bound volumes open, flipping through pages of smiling faces and celebrations, seeking hesitated union of joy distorted by time. There she is, Clara. Her carefree smile shines through Polaroids, and I realize she appeared more often than I ever noticed. Each image captures a moment I was blissfully ignorant of, a twisting complexity slowly unfurling before my eyes. As I turn pages, my heart races. A connection blooms from every photograph. Clara, always entwined with vital moments of my mother's life, looming like a specter in her shadow. But something shifts in me as I linger over a picture, an ordinary family gathering now tainted by suspicion. I spot an extra hand over my mother's shoulder in one photo, a gripping reminder of that fateful reunion. My heart quickens as I recall my mother's keen laughter that day, punctuated by Clara's presence, alive and effervescent. I carry my findings to my kitchen table, assembling all the evidence into a storyboard of betrayal, alongside the letters that shout my mother's silent insurrection. It's a dangerous game, I murmur, staring down the web of lies. I flip to an unopened envelope, sealed with care, one that hadn't revealed itself until now. With bated breath, I tear it open, my heart pounding as the paper unfolds. Inside, a handwritten note spills forth, its edges marked with age. My mother's familiar scrawl caresses the page. It's a letter addressed not to Clara, but to someone else entirely, a man whose name struck a profound chord in my heart. "See you soon, my love," and it begins, and the words send shockwaves coursing through my veins. Disbelief, anger, and confusion collide within me like a furious tempest. This is the crux of her deceit, the accumulation of misplaced trust she had directed towards me all these years. I clutch the letter tightly, revelations crashing like waves against the cliffs of my family. How could she? This web of lies stretches far beyond anything I'd imagined. Realization settles upon me with an icy clarity. Clara was the ally, the accomplice in this betrayal, a conspirator in the game of secrets that my mother played. I begin to envision a sinister alliance between the two women, a shared history tainted with hidden desires. This unfurling tapestry of deceit casts shadows over my entire life, but my outrage holds a flicker of strength within it. I won't allow our lives to be dictated by their secrets any longer. I gather the letters, the photographs, and the newly unearthed evidence into a single box, a treasure chest of betrayal that will serve as my arsenal. I take in the contents, knowing these truths can no longer be ignored or shielded from the bright light of honesty. I close my eyes briefly, summoning the courage to confront my mother. That meeting cloaked in uncertainty, a confrontation long overdue. "I won't let you shackle me with your secrets," I whisper, steadying my resolve. "Tomorrow she and I will face this twisted narrative together." The time for silence is over. Shall we move on to Block 4, Silent Investigation? The sun peers through my studio window, casting elongated shadows that dance on the floor as I prepare my mind for the confrontation with my mother. A knot of anticipation tightens in my stomach, urging me to act. I know I cannot wait. Instead, I must scour the remnants of the life they built, moments captive in frames and whispering from aged letters. In the early dawn, I slip into the house, careful not to disturb the quiet slumber of my life's illusions. The faint hum of the refrigerator resonates in the stillness, a reminder of the mundane life we lead. My heart quickens as I navigate the house, my breath shallow and deliberate. It's time to uncover more of the truth buried beneath our family's polished surface. I start with my mother's old jewelry box, a cache of glittering treasures stored beneath her bed. The box creaks as I lift the lid, revealing pearls and chains that seem to shimmer with untold stories. Each piece carries its history, a wedding ring encircled by longing, bracelets resting with silent witnesses to laughter and tears. Lighter in material yet heavier in memories, a silver locket catches my attention. I pried it open, finding 2 tiny photographs, one of my mother and one of Clara, radiating in playful youth. "Why do they seem so carefree?" I murmur, the disparity almost laughable given what I now know. My heart quickens. Could there be something more within this jewel-laden box? I dig deeper, sorting through the remnants of my mother's past. As I rummage, a slip of paper hidden beneath the velvet lining catches my eye. Extracting it gingerly, my heart pounds as I unfold it. An appointment card for a therapist dated months ago. A mixture of dread and exhilaration tightens my chest. Was she seeking help to untangle her confessions, or was there a different reasoning hidden behind those walls? I pocket the revelation, my mind swirling around the implications. I've seen her diminished spirit, the weight of secrets burning in her eyes. But what if there are layers yet invisible to me? I need to retrace her steps, delve deeper. The hunt for clarity has begun in earnest. Next, I visit the locked drawer in her desk, the one I've never dared to breach. A myriad of thoughts race through my mind. My pulse quickens with each step. To breach the sanctity of her spaces feels like an act of betrayal. Yet, I remind myself that her secrets are suffocating both of us. I keep the key close, the weight of it now a tangible symbol of what I must do. With bated breath, I open the drawer. Inside lies a cascade of papers, bills, documents, and a small legal envelope. I can feel the air thicken around me as I slide the legal envelope out. My fingers tremble slightly as I pry it open. Addressed to my mother, it glimmers with untold promises. Inside, a crisp document unfolds. It's a power of attorney. Clenching my jaw, I scan the names and signatures. My breath catches as I realize she has delegated authority to an unfamiliar name, a man I've never known. For what purpose? I whisper, feeling the plot thicken around me. A sense of urgency fills the air. I must find this man, unravel his relationship with my mother. Stepping back into the sunlight, I need to know more about him. Every piece of the puzzle feels vital now. I memorize the name, a burning need igniting my quest for information. After a quick breakfast, a layer of dread coats my tongue as I prepare for what's to come. I'll have to use my resources. I think back to my childhood stories of Clara and my mother's friendship, where information always flowed like water. It's time to reach out. With my heart thundering in anticipation, I dial a number I've long tucked away, an old friend of mine who dabbled in research. I need answers, and fast. Evelyn. It's Sarah, I say, hearing my voice shiver across the line. I need help locating someone, a power of attorney document linked to my mother. Evelyn's curiosity peaks, her voice lilting with undertones of intrigue. I'll see what I can dig up, she replies, and the line falls silent for a heartbeat before she adds, But Sarah, what's going on? The question lingers in the air, filled with concern and care, but I push it aside for now. I'll decode the secrets first, then unravel my fears. The rest of the day passes in fragments, my focus taut with the urgency of discovery. I scour the internet, piecing together whatever I can find about the man from my mother's document. My fingers hover over the screen. Each click is filled with expectancy, each result teetering between hope and dread. An hour later, I'm across the street. A small cafe hums quietly with life, each sip of brewed coffee swirling around in hopes of fresh beginnings. Nearby, I see a reflection in the glass window, a woman with a resolute determination etched across her face. This is not the girl cowering in the shadows anymore. This is a woman ready to confront her past. Then the phone rings, Evelyn's name flashing on the screen. I answer quickly, and she wastes no time with pleasantries. I found him, Sarah. His name is David Thompson, and he has ties you'll want to explore. I clutch my coffee cup, heart racing. Where can I find him? Let me send you the details, she says, her tone shifting to something bordering on grave. But be careful, this man seems to have connections. I hang up, determination flooding my veins. Something dark stirs within me, igniting a fire that refuses to be extinguished. I refuse to be a prisoner of their secrets any longer. Tomorrow, I will confront my mother. But first, I must confront the man her powers of attorney led me to, the architect of her betrayal. Shall we continue with Block 5 Justice Plan? As the sun dips below the horizon, I stand in my studio, wrestling with the weight of unfurled secrets and the promises I've made to myself. The shadows stretch across the room, weaving in and out of the light. My breaths come easier now, resolved, though the undertones of fear still coil within me. Tomorrow, I confront my mother. But first, I must plot the course to confront David Thompson, my mother's accomplice in her betrayals. The memory of Evelyn's words hangs heavily in the air. Be careful. This man seems to have connections. Connections. Those words beat in my chest like war drums, igniting strands of determination as I map out my plan. I pull out the contents of the jewelry box, the letters, and the photographs, all of my evidence gathered together like an arsenal of truth and lies. The room feels electric, and in that moment, I understand. I will rise against the shared history of deceit, armed with knowledge. I sit down, piecing the fragments together, my fingers scanning each note. First, I make a list of everything I've learned about David. The stray facts swirl in my mind like leaves in a gust of wind, each whispering vulnerability and strength. I know he's tangled in my mother's life, but now it's time to expose him and his ties to her. Finding him is step one, and that means utilizing every resource at my disposal. With swift action, I open my laptop and begin gathering information. David Thompson, various snippets appear, a name I've never known, yet felt looming in all the shadows. I find addresses associated with his name, a phone number, and glimpses of connections to business ventures that seem ominous and shadowy. I note everything down, the anticipation surging through me like a rising tide. After piecing the threads together, I realize I need to make direct contact A knot of anxiety constricts my throat. How do I approach him without revealing too much, without causing alarm? I must tread carefully, shaping my presence like a shadow, seen but not perceived. My plan must balance caution with assertiveness. I begin drafting a message, intent on approaching him subtly. I decide to craft a story about wanting to discuss my mother's affairs. Her power of attorney should illuminate our connection in his mind. It can't raise suspicions. This plays perfectly into my hands. I shape the words carefully, ensuring they flow naturally, like flowing water, as if I'm merely a concerned daughter. I type, "Hello, Mr. Thompson. I hope this message finds you well. I am reaching out regarding some questions I have about my mother's affairs. If you could spare a moment, I would greatly appreciate it." After a hesitant pause, I hit send, my heart racing as the message leaves my fingertips. The weight of the moment lingers in the air. I can feel the pulse of the universe shift. I have taken the first step toward reclaiming my reality. The hours pass slowly, the anticipation festering like an open wound. I surround myself with the paints in my studio, the bursts of color dull against my tumultuous thoughts. What if he uncovers my intentions? What if he warns my mother? She is a mother, yes, but also a participant in this betrayal. The turmoil of emotions swirls within me. That night, sleep eludes me, and I sit in silence, staring at the chaotic world of scattered canvases. Every brushstroke seems to speak to me, reminding me of hope intertwined with deep-rooted despair. My mind drifts to my childhood. I recall my mother holding my hand, guiding me through my early artwork, weaving dreams of the future. Somewhere in the past, she had envisioned flourishing gardens blooming with happiness. But those gardens have turned into a battlefield, and tomorrow I will walk straight into it, armed with my plan. I lean into the emotions, capturing them with every brush stroke that flows onto a blank canvas, the colors erupting against the chaos of my worry. Through art, I lay the foundation of my strategy, confronting David, unveiling the truth, and presenting my findings to my mother without malice, but with courage. I will expose the connection between David, my mother, and Clara, shining light on the darkness with love and honesty. At last, dawn breaks. Like a reluctant conqueror, pale blue streaks spilling across the horizon. The next day, I prepare myself with a newfound clarity. I reach for the box of letters, the photographs, and the appointment card. I will not just confront my mother. I will offer her the chance for redemption. It's both our burden, this twisted web of lies. A sudden ping from my phone causes my heart to leap in anticipation. "I can meet you today. How about 2 p.m.? The response reads. My breath catches. David will meet me. Every detail is now set into motion. I choose the cafe where I first sought comfort, a neutral ground that brims with the laughter of naive patrons. 2 hours later, I walk towards the cafe, my heart pounding in rhythm with every step. This is it. I breathe deeply, absorbing the laughter and chatter around me as I enter. David is already seated at the back corner, his presence imposing, yet intrigued as I approach. "Mr. Thompson, thank you for meeting me," I say, my voice steady despite the maelstrom within. He smiles, but it doesn't reach his eyes. He seems to sense the weight behind my request. What will he reveal? I have every weapon at my disposal. Armed with the truth, I will precisely articulate what I need to uncover. I take a seat across from him, resolute. "I have questions about my mother," I begin, ready to pull back the layers of deception. In this moment, as we lock eyes, the game of revelation begins. Shall we proceed with Block 6, Confrontation and Fall? The cafe buzzes with life, but as I approach David, the world outside our conversation fades away. He sits with an air of casual superiority, his body language nowhere near as relaxed as his demeanor. "Mr. Thompson, thank you for meeting me," I state, infusing my words with all the confidence I can muster. My heart races. This is the moment I confront him. "Of course, Sarah." His smile is poised but doesn't reach his guarded eyes, and I can feel the subtle tension brewing beneath the surface. "I wanted to discuss my mother," I push forward, intent on claiming this moment. Specifically, her power of attorney. As my words land, the air thickens around us. He pauses, his expression flickering with discomfort. "Marie speaks very highly of you," he replies, a tinge of condescension in his tone. "I had no idea you were involved in her affairs." "All the more reason for clarity, don't you think?" I challenge, refusing to let him deflect. "What role do you truly play in her life?" Each question feels like a script I've rehearsed silently, now spoken aloud. "I'm just here to help, as a friend," he responds, the practiced charm beginning to fray at the edges. The shadows of guilt flit across his features, making everything feel more precarious. "Help or enable?" I challenge, allowing my anger to weave its way into my words. "You're tied to her and Clara. What's the nature of that connection?" The question hangs heavy, and I see a swift change in his demeanor. The imposed mask of control slips, revealing defensiveness. "You're making assumptions, Sarah," he retorts as his voice tightens. "Am I?" I press, refusing to be dissuaded. "Your presence hints at something much deeper. She's vulnerable, and you exploit that." His eyes narrow as frustration mingles with anger. "Your mother and I have a bond. It's complicated," he says, desperation flashing in his voice. "Complicated? Sounds like a euphemism for betrayal," I counter sharply. I lean in. The stakes are high. "What are you promising her that justifies this?" For a moment, his bravado falters, frustration blending with something closer to fear. "You have no idea what she's been through. Perhaps it's you who doesn't understand," he spits, his voice low and venomous. "Perhaps," I respond, steadying my resolve. "But I do know enough to recognize manipulation when I see it." David leans forward, confidence momentarily agitated. "You're playing a dangerous game," he warns quietly. "Do you really want to reveal this to her? Would you betray your own mother?" The threat hangs in the air, coiling around us. I read it as an admission of guilt, and in that instant, something ignites within my resolve. "It won't be a betrayal if I expose the truth," I reply, my voice steady, iron hot with intention. "You won't dictate how this ends." David's composure wavers. "You think you're brave," he quips, his anger bubbling just beneath the surface. "I'm not afraid to confront the truth," I assert, letting my voice thrum with determination. "What you've built on lies will collapse. I refuse to be an unwitting participant in your manipulation." For a fleeting moment, silence envelops us, thickening the atmosphere. "You think you can take me down?" he challenges, disbelief marbling his tone. "I'm not taking you down. You're doing that yourself," I emphasize, my voice filled with quiet ferocity. "You're entangled in your web, David. I'm here to cut through it." As I rise from my chair, the intensity of the moment forms a beacon of clarity within me. "You'll face the consequences of your deceit," I declare, my voice resolute. I turn away, adrenaline coursing through me, wondering if this is what it feels like to finally reclaim power. I step back into the bustling cafe, the chatter around me busy yet distant. Every step away from David echoes with the weight of purpose. I can almost sense an invisible thread weaving between his deception and the truth I must lay bare before my mother. Tomorrow will be the reckoning. I will expose David, and I will confront my mother. As I walk out into the brisk afternoon air, determination floods through me, and I can't help but feel a flicker of hope igniting within. The course has been set. Truth will shatter the chains of betrayal binding us. I refuse to allow fear to slip its embrace back around me. The next critical confrontation awaits, one with my mother. Now, she must confront the truth I've unearthed. David may have been the orchestrator, but she wove herself deeper into the tapestry of this betrayal. I dial my mother's number, my hand steady despite the tempest swirling inside. "Mom, could we talk? I need to discuss something important," I say, as her voice crackles over the line, unaware of the storm brewing on the horizon. "Of course, sweetheart. What about?" she asks, and uncertainty flickers in the depths of her tone. "About you and David," I reply, heart pounding. This is it. This is how I reclaim my narrative, both for myself and for her. Tomorrow, everything will change. Shall we move on to the final block 7? New life? The next morning dawns, vibrant yet heavy with expectation. I stand at my easel, still and unmoving, the blank canvas before me a stark contrast to the chaos inside. The sunlight streams through the window, illuminating the dust motes dancing in the air, but all I can think about is my conversation with my mother, the confrontation that looms ahead. I take a deep breath, summoning the calm I need. My hands tremble slightly as I pick up a brush, a flashback to years spent painting side by side with my mother, her laughter echoing in the air. "Art is a way to communicate without fear," she'd always said. Today I can't help but weave those lessons into my approach. I will move forward with love, but I'll also wield the truth as my brush. I arrive at my mother's house, each footstep echoing like a drumbeat of resolve. The familiar setting feels different today. The doorway now seems like an altar where shadows of our shared histories twist into something darker. I knock gently, anticipation coiling tightly in my chest. When she opens the door, a warm smile spreads across her lips, one I remember well. But alongside it is a hint of wariness, a flicker of recognition that something profound hangs in the balance. "Sarah, dear, I wasn't expecting you so early. Can we talk?" I ask, my voice steady despite the tightness in my throat. "Of course, come in." She ushers me inside, and the lingering scent of freshly brewed coffee fills the air. But today it feels like a smokescreen, masking the truth clamoring to be uncovered. We settle at the kitchen table, her favorite spot, but the cheerful sunlight pouring through the window feels like a spotlight on our impending confrontation. "What's on your mind?" she asks, stirring her coffee, her eyes searching mine for an answer that might ebb away the tension. "Mom, it's about David," I begin, holding her gaze, letting the weight of my words hang thick in the air. "I've uncovered some things that need to be addressed." A shadow of concern flits across her face, subtle yet pronounced. "Sarah, you're scaring me a little. What are you talking about?" I take a steadying breath, gathering my courage. "He's not who you think he is. He's been manipulating you, and I fear he has sinister intentions." The words tumble out, urgent and laced with concern. "This isn't just about his relationship with you, it's about the whole family. I can't sit back and watch this continue." Her expression shifts, hurt and disbelief swirling in her eyes as they well with unshed tears. What are you implying? There's a tremor in her voice, a crack in her calm. Mom, I found evidence of his betrayals, documents that indicate he's been using you for your resources. I didn't want to believe this at first, but the truth is undeniable. He's been lying to both of us. I can feel the tremors of fear underpinning my resolve, the deep-seated love I have for her compelling me to press on. Sarah, please. Her voice quivers, struggling against waves of denial. I don't want to hear this. David has been nothing but good to me. Good, Mom. What kind of good exploits your vulnerabilities? My heart pounds, the sting of reality sharpening every word. I thought you deserved better, someone who lifts you up, not drags you into darkness. A silence stretches between us, thick with tension, and I watch the emotions swirl within her, confusion, guilt, and fear, each playing their part. I can't just accept this without thought, she says, her voice shaking. No one is asking you to, except to consider that there may be more than one narrative at play here. I reach out, my hand grazing hers in an appeal for connection. What will it take for you to see? I love you, Mom, and I want you to be safe. Tears spill down her cheeks, and it breaks my heart to see the woman I admire so shaken. I just thought he wanted the same things I did. Maybe I was too lonely, too desperate. Loneliness isn't a weakness, Mom, I remind her, intensity grounding my words. It's what led to this facade. David is adept at playing into those feelings. This is your life, and you deserve to reclaim it. Her eyes soften for a moment, and I can feel the walls she's erected start to crumble. But how could I have been so blind? Because love sometimes obscures our judgment. I know I felt it too. We're not alone in this, I emphasize, voicing the shared vulnerabilities that intertwine our lives. You're worthy of more than empty promises. Her gaze travels away, as if searching for the strength I'm offering her. You're right, she whispers, defeated and remorseful. But what do I do now? Now, we devise a plan together. You're not alone in this fight, and you don't have to face him alone either. I take a breath, the path forward slowly becoming clearer. We'll confront him and dismantle the lies layer by layer, but on our terms. With those words of truth, I can feel our bond solidify, forged anew in the fires of vulnerability and determination. My heart swells with renewed courage, sensing the dawn of a fresh chapter, one where honesty reigns over fear. As the conversation shifts to the intricacies we need to discuss, I realize, like colors mingling on a palette, that hope, love, and determination intertwine to create a new canvas, one that embodies resilience, unity, and strength. The sun spills through the window, illuminating a path toward our new life where truth will shield us from the lies that once bound us. Together, we will reclaim our narrative, sculpting a future grounded in wisdom and love, unmarred by betrayal. I glance at my mother, and for the first time in years I see her, truly see her, as she weaves her voice back into the tapestry of our lives. We've opened a door to new beginnings. Together, we'll step through it. Days flow by, transformative and charged, as my mother and I navigate through the aftermath of our confrontation with David. The radiant sunshine streams into the kitchen, illuminating the morning coffee we share, now filled with a newfound warmth. We are no longer bound by the chains of manipulation. Instead, we are forging a path toward a future enriched by strength and honesty. We need a strategy, my mother states, stirring her coffee. Her tone is resolute, reflecting a courage I hadn't witnessed in a long time. He can't keep getting away with this. Agreed, I reply, a thrill of pride swelling in my chest. Let's list everything we need to address with him, identify the lies, and gather whatever evidence we can. Together, we create a plan, one that feels solid as rock. Each item we jot down serves as a bastion against David's deception, everything from financial claims to his indiscretions. This is the foundation of your power, Mom, I say, my heart echoing with hope. Reclaiming your narrative begins today. As the discussions deepen, I reflect on how far we've come since the shadows of betrayal loomed over us. Remember the garden we planted together? I ask, an idea blossoming in my mind. We had to uproot the weeds to let the flowers bloom. Her gaze brightens and a flicker of recognition passes through her eyes. Yes, and I can't forget how hard we worked. Exactly. We're here to pull out the weeds. David's manipulations are just that. With each word exchanged, I see my mother's confidence blossom further. She mirrors my commitment, standing tall as her resolve strengthens. We'll confront him, she states, not out of anger but to reclaim the peace in our lives. As the sun rises higher, the day of the confrontation approaches. I feel the tension and excitement vibrate through me. I choose a navy dress, an armor that embodies strength as I prepare for the meeting with David. Are you ready? I ask my mother, her reflection in the mirror signaling a newfound determination. More than ever, she replies, smoothing her blouse, steeling herself for what lies ahead. We arrive at the restaurant where David waits, his nonchalance evident even from afar. My heart flutters with apprehension as we navigate through the crowd, each step charged with purpose. Let's go, my mother asserts, her voice unwavering as she strides toward him. I follow, a sense of pride swelling inside me. David, she begins firmly, capturing his attention. We need to discuss your betrayal. His expression shifts from surprise to irritation. Marie, this is unexpected. Good, she replies, her voice unwavering. I'm tired of being manipulated. Your lies have affected not just me, but the entire family. A tension crackles in the air as his pretense begins to fade. What lies? He snaps, though the tremor in his voice betrays him. I know about your deceptions, all of it, I interject, feeling the weight of our shared determination. Our evidence will reveal the truth. David scoffs, but I can feel the air thickening with unease around him. Don't think you can turn this around on me. Actually, we already have, my mother retorts. You've underestimated us, and it's time you face the reality of your actions. He shifts uncomfortably, and I can see the defiance cracking as he realizes his hold is slipping. You'll regret this, he warns, albeit with a faltering confidence. Regret? No, I say, my voice firm. What you should regret is the way you treated the people who trusted you. With my mother by my side, we stand united against his manipulation, a living testament to resilience. The strength that has flowed between us ignites, reminding us both that we are capable of overcoming any obstacle together. As we leave the restaurant, the weight of dread eases, replaced by the promise of a brighter horizon. You were incredible, I say, turning to my mother. Do you feel that? Yes, she replies, her eyes sparkling with renewed hope. I finally see the strength I've had all along. Together, we can tackle anything, I affirm, embracing her tightly. The sun setting behind us paints the sky with hues of orange and pink, reflecting the vibrancy of possibilities ahead. We have taken the first crucial steps toward rebuilding our lives, free from David's grasp. Let's keep this momentum, I suggest as we walk hand in hand. It's time to cultivate a new garden, one filled with truth and trust. Agreed, she responds, her voice steady, filled with purpose. We will not only reclaim my narrative, but flourish together. With every step, we find strength in our unity, determined to forge a future sculpted by love, wisdom, and unwavering trust. The days following our confrontation with David feel both exhilarating and surreal. Each morning, the light seems brighter, as if the universe itself is applauding our courage. My mother and I immerse ourselves in rebuilding, cultivating the strength we've discovered together. We begin by decluttering her home, a symbolic act of removing old memories stained by deceit. Boxes of forgotten trinkets accumulate in the living room, dusty relics of a past I now see through different eyes. As we sift through the remnants, I find an old photograph of my mother and David at a family gathering, a memory once filled with joy, now overshadowed by betrayal. "Do you want to keep this?" I ask, holding it up for her to see. Her eyes linger on the image for a moment, nostalgia flickering across her features. "No," she decides firmly, reaching out to take the photograph. "Let it go." With that, we toss the photo into the box destined for the trash. It feels liberating to part with reminders of false happiness, and I watch as my mother breathes a little easier, the burden of the past lifting. In the evenings, our routine shifts. We gather in the kitchen to make simple meals together, nourishing both our bodies and spirits. As the aromas of home-cooked food permeate the air, laughter begins to fill the spaces that once echoed with our sorrow. We share stories of our pasts, the dreams that were sidelined, and the hopes that remained alive even when they felt distant. "Remember when I wanted to paint the studio blue?" my mother muses one night, a smile creeping across her face. "And you painted bright orange instead," I chuckle, recalling the vibrant disaster that became her signature style. "You always had a fearlessness about you." "Maybe I just forgot for a while," she admits, her expression growing somber for a moment. "But it's time to embrace that part of me again." I nod, feeling a swell of love for the woman who is standing before me, invincible, determined, and beautifully imperfect. We begin exploring her passions anew, digging through old art supplies and canvases, eager to reignite that creative spark. One afternoon, we visit a local art supply store, and my mother beams as we wander the aisles, filling her cart with brushes, canvases, and colors that speak to her spirit. "Let's make a mural," she suggests, her excitement contagious, one that tells our story. "Absolutely," I reply, feeling the vision take root in my mind. It will symbolize our journey, everything we've overcome. With supplies in tow, we dedicate a wall in the dining room as our canvas. Together we begin painting, a blend of colors and emotions. It feels powerful to watch her express the vivacity of her spirit through strokes of the brush, each movement resonating with the strength she's rediscovered. As the mural takes shape, I notice a shift. The colors breathe life not just into the wall, but into our home. Friends and family begin to visit, their eyes widening in awe at our creation. "This is amazing," they exclaim, marveling at the vibrancy. "What inspired you?" My mother smiles, her confidence radiant. "We found our voice again," she replies, mentioning the adversities she has faced and the beauty that has emerged from them. As the mural nears completion, we plan a small gathering, a celebration to honor this chapter of our lives and the friendships that support us. The day arrives, and laughter fills the air as friends chat and share stories, offering a rebirth of connections that had languished in David's shadow. Under the glow of fairy lights strung across the backyard, I step back and observe my mother, exchanging stories and laughter with old friends. She glows with joy, a woman reborn. I realize how much I've longed for this moment, for her dynamic spirit to shine free of constraints. That night, surrounded by love and laughter, I pull her aside. "I'm so proud of you," I say softly, the warmth in my chest swelling as I watch her. "You've carved out space for joy where once there was none." "I couldn't have done it without you," she replies, her eyes glistening. "You've helped me find my strength again." "No, but you always had it within you," I remind her, squeezing her hand. "You just needed to reclaim it." As the evening unfolds, we celebrate not just art and friendship, but resilience and rebirth. The mural becomes a testament to our journey, a colorful horizon of possibilities earning its place on our wall as a mark of our tenacity. In the weeks that follow, life becomes a beautiful routine of creativity and connection. My mother's art flourishes, and I find my own passions ignited. We attend art classes together, explore the world of pottery, and share our experiences, forever entwined in this new trajectory. I watch her reclaim her narrative, her confidence growing by leaps and bounds, and I can feel the shift ripple through our lives. Devastation turns into resilience, bonds are rekindled, and laughter fills the void that once echoed with pain. Then, one day, as we look at the mural, my mother turns to me, her expression thoughtful. "It's time to plan for the future, isn't it?" "Yes," I agree, excited by the prospect. "Let's look into ways to showcase your work, a gallery perhaps." Her eyes shine with hope, and together, we envision a space filled with her creations, a platform to share her story with the world. "Let's make it happen," she says, a spark igniting within her, "for both of us." With that promise, we embark not just on the journey of art, but also on the path to new dreams, embarking on a life grounded in truth, creativity, and unyielding love. In the months that follow our transformative decision to showcase my mother's art, our lives begin to shift in ways I had once only dreamed possible. The once vibrant walls of our home now hold the essence of her journey, that mural becoming a reflection of resilience and beauty. Excitement and anticipation crackle in the air as we dive into preparations for the gallery exhibit we've envisioned. Each day, we spend hours in the studio, a makeshift space filled with her canvases, paint tubes, and creative chaos. The act of creating becomes cathartic, not just for my mother, but for both of us. As she pours her heart onto the canvas, she shares stories interwoven with emotions, each stroke revealing layers of her past while reaching for hope. "We should invite everyone," I suggest one evening, mixing vibrant hues of paint, family, friends, even your old art buddies. "Yes, yes," she exclaims, her eyes shimmering with excitement. "This isn't just for me, it's a celebration of connection and empowerment." Together, we create a list, sending out invitations to those who've supported us. I feel the exhilarating rush of renewed purpose flow through me. We could be setting the stage for something transformative, not just for her, but for everyone who has been touched by her story. As the days turn into weeks, with paint-splattered aprons and laughter echoing through the house, my mother finds herself immersed in the creative process. Her confidence blossoms like the flowers she once nurtured but had forgotten. Each piece she completes reveals a piece of her heart, illustrating the journey from despair to triumph. One day, while watching her paint, I notice a glimmer of vulnerability momentarily cloud her expression. "What's on your mind?" I ask gently, sensing the shift. "I worry," she admits, her voice softening. "What if they don't see what I see? What if they don't understand where these pieces come from?" "Mom," I say, stepping closer to embrace her, "art isn't just about understanding, it's about connection. Sharing your story will resonate, I promise. You're on the verge of healing others just by being true to yourself." "Maybe you're right," she muses, warmth returning to her eyes. "I just hope they see beyond the paint and into the heart of it all." With renewed determination, we prepare for the exhibit day, gathering all her pieces and arranging them thoughtfully. The gallery owner, a friend from her past, helps us set up. "This is phenomenal, Marie," she says, stepping back to admire the layout. "Your journey is beautifully expressed." Opening night arrives, and I watch my mother stand beside her artwork, a mosaic of color and emotion surrounding her. The gallery is filled with familiar faces and new friends alike, each person exploring the nuances of her work, absorbed in the stories each canvas tells. As the evening unfurls, I hear snippets of conversation. "This one speaks to me," and "I didn't know Marie had such depth." The words swirl around us, warming the space like sunlight breaking through clouds. In moments like these, I see my mother's spirit rise, radiant and alive. She moves from guest to guest, discussing her work with newfound confidence. I step back and let her shine, realizing how transformative this whole experience has been, not just for her, but for everyone present. Eventually, she glances over at me, and our eyes lock, a profound connection passing silently between us. I can see it, the gratitude, the love, the shared journey that has shaped us both. "Thank you for believing in me," she mouths, her smile wide and genuine. The night rolls on and laughter fills the air. I'm overcome with emotion as I watch friends share stories of how they've been impacted by her art. It's more than just paintings on walls. It's an invitation to heal, to connect, to understand. As the evening begins to wind down, a particularly elderly friend approaches, her eyes watering with sincerity. "Marie," she says, her voice soft but firm, "your beauty and strength shine through every piece. You've inspired all of us." My mother, who has spent so many years feeling diminished and unnoticed, stands tall, accepting the acknowledgement with grace. "It's never too late to find our voice," she replies, tears glistening in her eyes. Hours later, as we pack up the remnants of the evening, a few leftover hors d'oeuvres, an empty bottle of wine, I find myself overwhelmed with pride. "You did it," I tell her, exhilarated. "You showed everyone how beautiful you are." She nods, her heart full, the weight of years past shifting away. "And they saw it, didn't they? They really saw it." "Yes," I affirm. "This night was just the beginning. Imagine where this journey will take you next." As we clean up the gallery, I can't help but feel a sense of closure mixed with excitement. Our home and lives are filled with newfound richness, something I thought would take years to cultivate. My mother's art is a testament to reclamation, a beacon of hope shining brightly in our lives. Emboldened by the night's success, we sit together on the couch, a sense of calm enveloping us. We've come so far, she reflects, and I feel so alive. Me too, Mom, I reply warmly. And the best part is that this is only the beginning of our story. We paint our futures however we choose. With that, we share a quiet moment, holding on to the joy of the night, aware that together we can continue to shape our lives with love, depth, and creativity. As I lean against her, I smile, imagining the paths we will tread together, new dreams awaiting just beyond the horizon, as vibrant and beautiful as the art we have created.